YouTube world, my name is Nicholas Montez, and you're watching my YouTube channel, Nicholas Montez. Welcome back to another YouTube channel video, everybody. I'm so excited to have y'all back here together again. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing the 6 new releases that I saw in August of 2021. That's right here, you hear it, folks. By the time you're watching this, it is August 31st. By the time I'm filming this, it is August 29th. So I'm a little bit days early because I finished every movie that I saw for new releases of 2021 of August. But with that said, let's get started ranking these 6 movies, shall we? So, honestly, I'm kind of glad that this is the last movie that I saw in August, but then not really, because when I was going to August, I was expecting that this was going to be a banger month. So many good movies were going to come out, and pretty much the third week of August, not many movies really were good, and then this past weekend happened, and there wasn't really a lot of great movies. And that's kind of the problem. He's All That is just not that great. They cast Addison Rae, which is mostly this very popular TikToker, and they make her an actress, and she's just horrible at it. Now granted, they add Madison Pettis, which she has done some acting in the past, which I do enjoy. I seen some parts of her in The Game Plan, but I haven't seen the full movie of that, so gonna need to go watch that. But the whole movie just feels so writtenly bad. There are some pretty good themes, there are some pretty good songs, but even then, this is easily the worst of August of 2021 for new releases. So if you know me, this was actually one of my most anticipated films of fall of 2021, and this just became an absolute disappointment. And the big part of that, there was some stuff that I wasn't really expecting going into it. That plot line of them having this machine where they can go and search for their past memories, I think that's a cool idea, and something that I've never really thought movies could do these days. But Hugh Jackman just spends too much time trying to look for this woman, and it makes it for this whole story that I just don't think really works very well. I feel like it tries to do so much with having this story, and this story, and this story, and this story. It's so overwhelming, and it's like, it's so confusing. And I mean, I gotta say, the cast, Hugh Jackman, Rebecca Ferguson, they're of course great in their roles. They of course are great at acting. Some of the action is kind of shot very well, but let's just say it is not as good as Marvel movies. But just in general, this is an easily disappointing action movie that I really wanted it to be at least a good action flick. That's all I wanted to do. So Sweet Girl, when I was watching it, I was kind of enjoying it. I thought the relationship between Jason Momoa and Isabel Monroe, I thought that worked nicely. I also liked some of the action sequences and the thriller vibes of it, but just in general, I never really thought the story was so good. It's just the mom dies from cancer, and now they're on the run, and they don't really explain why Jason Momoa is on the run, and so it just creates this whole thing, and then this woman tries to help them, and it's like, it's so, the movie's just so plotty, and they don't even really try to explain it. And it's like, the way the relationship between Jason Momoa and Isabel Monroe is good. They keep doing the same thing over and over again, like, why won't you just listen? Just get in the car. Like, I don't know, it's a bit difficult, but I still kind of like some stuff from the movie. So Vacation Friends, honestly, this movie reminds me of what my parents would have gone through if they when they're on vacation, they meet new people. This is kind of like the extended version of that. Like, even before my parents had me and my sister. But it's so grown up. It really does explore like what these crazy lunatics is. Like it's also just kind of funny with all these jokes. But then again, I don't really like it because it's just kind of plotty. With the story itself, it's just not that great. So, but the entire I think it's more enjoyable than actually plot-driven story. So, I think it's more enjoyable than actually the story itself. Alright, so I'm not sure if any of you are mad at me, but I feel like everybody else loves this movie, and I just don't know what I'm talking about. So on the one side, the characters, when I first thought about them, I was like, these are cool characters. Some of them are funny. Some of them are great when it comes to the action sequences. But when I first watched the movie, I was like, I don't really think any of them had any specific character arc. But then you kind of look at reviews and you like, yeah, some of them do have character arcs, especially like Bloodsport and Polka Dot Man and Ratcatcher 2 and all the other characters in the film, and I kind of liked them. Also, let's just talk about the soundtrack. The soundtrack is pretty good. It's another one of those movies that James Gunn makes that the soundtrack is not something you would expect. The song that's in that scene where Harley Quinn's beating up all the guys reminds me of the scene in Elf where it's that world's best cup of coffee scene where he's like, "You did it! Congratulations!" I don't know, that just gives me Elf vibes. But also, let's just talk about the action sequences themselves, and this is just another top-notch action movie from James Gunn. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 had some cool action sequences, but it's like, this film just takes the action to a next level. With Harley Quinn, with Bloodsport, with Peacemaker, with King Shark, also, with some Polka Dot Man scenes. The action is just brutal and violent, and it's such a violent film, so I do not recommend you take your kids to go see this film. If they want to see it, that's on them. But also, let's just kind of talk about what I didn't like about the movie, and I don't like how in like the first couple of minutes, they literally just kill off these characters that could have had potential, and they just killed them off. And I think that's a bad use of introducing new characters and then just killing them off. If you would have just had them as like normal task force soldiers, it would have been a little bit better. But at the same time, I just don't like when they kill off main characters that actually have names, and I don't like that. I like they didn't kill off Rick Flag and Harley Quinn in that scene. And then like the whole plotline with Project Starfish, I've never really been the biggest fan of. And Bloodsport actually killing civilians with starfishes on their face. I understand they're mind controlled, but why would you kill civilians? That doesn't make any sense. You're supposed to be saving the world. That's why you went back and betrayed Amanda Waller to go save the world. And I just don't think that was very good. So, but overall, I still enjoyed the film, and and until it gets off of HBO Max and it goes back on, I'll definitely keep rewatching it. Okay, so for me, this was just an absolute surprise from Sony Animation. I didn't really know what to think about it because, if you know, I actually had a series that I was doing back in somewhat February, April of 2021 of this year, leading up to this movie, but it never came because this movie was supposed to come out on June 4th, and it never did. So then I decided to cancel the series, and then it came out, and I was honestly just surprised with it. From the animation to the music with Lin-Manuel Miranda, the characters, the story, the emotional moments, everything in this movie really just had such a big impact on me. But the story for me, it's simple. It's not something that I particularly loved, and also I wish some characters could have gotten a lot of screen time, like Zoe Saldana's character. But besides that, this movie's great with the animation, the characters, the music, the emotional moments. Mostly everything about this film I enjoyed, and I want to see this again. I don't know when, but I really want to see this again, or at least show it to somebody, because it is very good. So that's my ranking of all six new releases of August of 2021. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My Instagram is Marvel6, and my TikTok name is RollinFan. If you guys don't understand those names, head to my about section to follow me on all social medias. I'm also on Letterboxd. It's the same name as Instagram, of _6_, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.